Okay, so get this. We're talking dusty barns, but not just any barns. We're talking barns that are hiding, like straight-up automotive treasure chests.
Treasure chests with some serious horsepower under the hood. We're talking about those forgotten car collections, the ones that make headlines and have collectors drooling.
You know, where rusty engines roar back to life with million-dollar price tags, it's the kind of excitement that makes even someone like me, who's not our car fanatic, want to grab a bidding paddle.
Oh, absolutely. It's like stumbling upon, like an automotive King Tut's tomb. But instead of ancient artifacts, we're talking gorgeous, forgotten cars just waiting to be rediscovered.
A perfect way to put it. And today, we've got two jaw-dropping discoveries to dive into on opposite sides of the globe, no less. But first, we're rewinding back to 2015 to well, I guess you could say a fairy tale discovery in the French countryside.
Ah, you must be talking about the Baillon Collection. Now, that was a discovery for the history books.
The one and only. A sprawling estate hidden away and tucked away on this property, this legendary collection, untouched for decades. It's enough to make any car enthusiast's heart skip a beat.
It really is. And this wasn't just some random guy's garage, We're talking about Roger Baillon, an entrepreneur who, get this, dreamt of creating a museum.
A museum. See, this is what I'm talking about. This Baillon guy, he was playing on a whole other level. But hold on, how does a collection like this just vanish? It's not like misplacing your car keys, right? We're talking about hundreds of cars.
Right. Well, it seems life threw Baillon a curveball. His business struggled, and he had to sell off part of the collection, which, is understandable. But a good chunk of it stayed hidden away, tucked away in those outbuildings on the estate, slowly being overtaken by dust and time.
Lost and forgotten
Until his son passed away in 2014. And it was during the process of, assessing the estate that the family stumbled upon this automotive gold mine.
Talk about a family inheritance. Okay, so they find all these cars, right? What happens next? Do they just call up the first mechanic they could find in the phone book? Hey, we got a few hundred dusty cars here. You busy?
Not quite. They brought in the big guns for this one. We're talking about Artcurial, one of the most prestigious auction houses in the world. And let me tell you, these folks, they know how to put on a show.
Oh, I bet they do. This wasn't some parking lot sale, was it?
Not even close. They decided to unveil the Baillon Collection at the Retromobile. It's this huge, and massive, classic car show in Paris. And they went all out. We're talking dimmed lights, flowing drapes, period-specific music playing. They even had, that vintage car smell pumped in.
Okay, now that's what I'm talking about. They were going for that whole vintage car commercial vibe.
Yeah.
You know, the black and white ones with impossibly glamorous people driving along the French Riviera.
Exactly. They wanted to create this whole atmosphere of, nostalgic elegance, and let me tell you, it worked. Collectors, enthusiasts, historians, they flocked to this event from all over the world.
I can only imagine. You could practically taste the anticipation, couldn't you?
Oh, absolutely. The buzz in the air was electric. Everyone knew that they were about to witness something incredibly special.
So the stage is set, right? We've got this incredible collection, an electric atmosphere, and a room full of eager bidders.
Yeah.
Let's talk numbers. Did these dusty old cars actually live up to the hype?
Let's just say the Baillon Collection auction was the kind of event that, made headlines, broke records, the whole 9 yards. These weren't just cars being bid on. We're talking pieces of history.
Okay. But was it all about the Ferraris and Bugattis, or did those everyday classics get some love too?
You might be surprised. Even a humble little Singer 1500 Roadster, which artcurial initially, they estimated it at a very modest euro.
$800. That's like, what, a used scooter these days?
Basically. But get this, it ended up selling for over 10,000 euros.
10 times its estimated value. Okay, that's it. I'm officially digging through my grandparents' garage this weekend. I guess one person's rust bucket is another person's treasure, but I have a feeling those were just the opening acts. Hit me with the headliner.
Oh, you know it. One of the stars of the show, and for good reason, was a Maserati A6G 2000 Grand Sport by Frua. Sleek, elegant lines, powerful engine, Italian craftsmanship at its absolute finest.
Okay, stop. I can already picture myself cruising down the Amalfi Coast in that beauty.
And the best part, it was in remarkable condition, especially considering it had been, tucked away for all those years.
How much did it fetch? Don't hold out on me.
It more than doubled its estimated value, ultimately selling for a cool $2 million.
All right, you've saved the best for last, haven't you? The crown jewel. The showstopper. Tell me about it.
Well, the undisputed star, the car that, everyone had their eyes on, was a 1961 Ferrari 250 California SWB Spider.
Okay, a Ferrari. Not surprising, right? But something tells me there's more to this story.
Oh, there's always more to the story, especially when we're talking about a collection like this. This wasn't just any California spider. This one belonged to Alain Delon.
No way. Wait, are we talking the Alain Delon, as in the epitome of 1960s cool?
The one and only.
Okay, that is seriously cool. But didn't you say earlier that a lot of these cars were in rough shape? What kind of condition was this Ferrari in?
Let's just say it wasn't exactly showroom ready. I'm talking faded paint, worn interior. It was going to need some, let's call it, serious mechanical attention. But you have to remember, this wasn't just a car.
So the Delon factor was definitely in play here. All right, drumroll please. How much did this legendary car sell for?
When the hammer finally fell, the 1961 Ferrari 250 California SWB Spider sold for a record-breaking $16.3 million.
$16.3 million. I think I just fainted. That's what, like a small country's GDP?
It was a historic moment, that's for sure. And it cemented the Baillon Collection as, well, the stuff of automotive legend. But here's the thing. There's a new collection on the horizon. And people, well, they're already whispering, wondering if it might just outshine even the Baillon Collection.
Oh, now this I have to hear. Are we talking another chateau full of forgotten classics?
This time we're heading to sunny Los Angeles, a junkyard owner named Rudy Klein.
A junkyard. Okay, this I've got to hear more about. Tell me everything.
This is no ordinary junkyard, let me tell you. Rudy Klein, he wasn't just some, scrapping parts kind of guy. He was a German immigrant with a real passion, a passion for European sports cars.
So he wasn't crushing these beauties, he was collecting them.
He was. See, Klein, he opened a company called Porsche Foreign Auto, specializing in dismantling and selling parts. But the thing about Klein, he had this eye, He could spot a hidden gem a mile away.
And those gems, they ended up in his junkyard.
Some of them did. We're talking Porsche 356s, Mercedes-Benz 600s, even had a rare Horch 855 Special Roadster. The guy amassed an incredible collection hidden in plain sight.
So what happened to this collection after he passed away?
It sat untouched for years, a real time capsule of his passion for those cars. But now, RM Sotheby's, they're another powerhouse in the auction world, well, they're gearing up, getting ready to unleash these treasures on the world.
Okay, you got to give me the highlights. What are the stars of this collection, the ones that are going to make collectors reach for their checkbooks?
We're talking showstoppers, for sure. For starters, there's a Mercedes-Benz 500K. This car was so rare, it was actually thought to be lost. Vanished.
Lost, as in nobody knew where it was.
Gone, but now it's back. And it's about to make a grand reappearance on the auction block. Can you imagine?
I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. Are we talking record-breaking potential here? Could this be the one to top that Ferrari from the Baillon collection?
Well, it's definitely got the history for it. This particular 500K was owned by Rudolf Caracciola. He was a legendary racing driver for Mercedes-Benz back in the day.
A racing pedigree on top of everything else. I can't even handle it. What else is in store?
How about a 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL alloy gullwing? Only 29 of these beauties were ever built. It's the holy grail for serious Mercedes aficionados.
You had me at gullwing. And I'm assuming there's something special for the Porsche fans out there, too.
Of course. We can't forget about the Porsche lovers. There's a rare 356 LR Reuter in the mix. That one's guaranteed to get hearts racing.
Lost legends, ultra-rare models, a touch of racing history. And it all came from a junkyard in Los Angeles. It's kind of amazing when you think about it.
Isn't it? It just goes to show you, these cars, they're more than just machines. They're pieces of art, embodiments of dreams, and sometimes they're echoes of a bygone era, just waiting to be rediscovered.
Beautifully said. Makes you wonder what other automotive treasures are out there, hidden in plain sight, just waiting for their moment to shine. Maybe there's a vintage Aston Martin tucked away in a dusty garage somewhere, or a forgotten Jaguar in an old barn.
That's the beauty of it all, isn't it? There's always something exciting waiting to be unearthed, always another adventure around the corner.
So true. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling incredibly inspired to maybe do a little digging of my own this weekend. Who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky.
You never know. That's what makes it fun.
It's been an absolute pleasure diving into these stories with you. Thanks for joining me.
The pleasure was all mine. Till next time.